The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the IWC Super Indy Championship.
Our last major supercard, Super Indy 5, when fabulous John McChesney defeated HENTAI, Colt Cabana, Chris Sabin, all former Super Indy tournament winners, in order to make himself the best of the best. Cream of the crop, the best of all prior Super Indy tournament winners. Tonight, he gets a chance to reclaim his title, the Super Indy title, against the winner of Super Indy 5.
You know, Joe, I've told you before, HENTAI doesn't like you bringing that up. And if he sees this DVD, well, look, I've warned you. I warned him.
There's a lot of things the Unholy Alliance doesn't like about this company, but facts are facts.
Let's talk about the facts. Let's talk about the fact that he has to face this unpredictable monster of a wrestler.
And his opponent, making his third IWC Super Indy title defense, escorted to the ring by Daisy Hayes, weighing at 186 pounds, the IWC Super Indy champion, Delirious.
That same night, Super Indy 5, Delirious defeated Glenn Spectre, Matt Sydal, and Troy Lord in one night to claim that prize of the Super Indy Championship. And you can see Daisy Hayes with him as well.
Well, you know, John McChesney may be prepared for this mentally, but in the back of his head, he has to be thinking, you know,
Daisy Hayes snatching the Super Indy Championship from Chuck Roberts. The recent months she's been accompanying Delirious. I think Delirious is starting to rub off on her. She's a little batty too, if you know what I mean.
She's spoken perfect English. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, she's a bit. Well, that's right. She is. As we officially welcome you to this matchup, Joe Dombrowski, Jay Worthington, and Farnsworth. Daisy Hayes certainly is the translator for Delirious. But did you see her running around here like a raving lunatic too?
Well, yeah, she did a lap past us.
There you go.
But, you know, maybe she's just keeping her cardio up. I don't know.
Her cardio. Let's see if we can listen in on Delirious.
He's right.
Something about the hair. I believe he just ate either the oil from or a strand of McChesney's hair. I don't know what to make of that. We've seen Delirious in some of the most unique situations I've ever seen anybody involved in. And Delirious making sure Daisy Hayes takes care of his light work.
You know, I wouldn't make fun of Daisy Hayes because we don't know what Delirious could do. One of those guys harassing her might end up eaten.
Very true. as both men circle each other collar and elbow. You have to admit, not to discredit Troy Lords or Christopher Daniels, this may be the most important Super Indy Championship defense of Delirious's reign so far, just based on the unbelievable wave of momentum McChesney continues to ride for these months and months now. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Farnsworth, but I cannot name, and there's been a lot of them, but I cannot name a top-notch, big-name athlete McChesney's been in the ring with and not pinned.
There's Umaga.
Well, I'll give you that one.
What about that, McChesney?
McChesney certainly looked great in the effort, though. We can't deny that.
Very true.
But in the IWC rings where he's in his element, and facing wrestlers that are his style, you have Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Shannon Moore, Chris Hero.
Now you put all these caveats on it. I mean,
one caveat. In IWC, he's about unstoppable.
IWC style.
In front of his people here. They love him. Did you hear this reception for John McChesney as he came through this curtain? He spent years earning these fans' respect, and it shows. He's Delirious, stealing some guy's hat, certainly not focused. Do you think Delirious and Daisy Hayes are an item?
I'm pretty sure she's not into bestiality. Well, he's part lizard.
Well, that's the rumor. Both men circling each other again, very tentative. Don't want to make any mistakes in this contest. Certainly McChesney still has to have Low-Key on his mind. Last month was supposed to be the rubber match. McChesney has beaten Low-Key. Low-Key has beaten McChesney. The rubber match last month went to a time limit draw. We still don't have that settled. McChesney still has to prove to himself that he's on Low-Key's level, and certainly that's going to add to his determination to perform well in this matchup tonight and perhaps regain that championship. And listen to these fans come alive for fabulous John McChesney. And it's Delirious now who is the one who's been thrown off his game.
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure that Delirious is pretty comfortable in the confusion.
Well, Delirious is complaining about a pool of Lamass.
Well, yeah, it was pretty obvious.
No, it obviously has not happened. They haven't even touched it about 3 minutes.
But it was pretty obvious he did it, though, Joe. Well, he did.
You need new glasses. Is your prescription running out?
No, my eyes are just fine. Apparently, you're not watching the same match I am.
Maybe you're looking in the wrong ring. We're in ring number 2 right now. We got a Super Indy title match, and there's no pull of the mask. There's no pull of the tassels.
You said number 2.
McChesney with a go-behind, Delirious, controlling the wrist right now of the fabulous one.
And I'll be the first to call it out. Delirious just bit John McChesney because Delirious may very well eat someone, and I'm awful concerned about it.
I'm not surprised at all. Delirious knows the prestige and the lineage behind that Super Indy Championship, and certainly wants to join the ranks of John McChesney, of HENTAI, I'm giving the credit, of HENTAI, of Sterling, as the greatest Super Indy champions we've seen.
Nice reversal by Delirious on that.
Delirious still methodically controlling the fabulous one. Certainly Delirious is aware of what John McChesney is capable of in high-pressure situations.
To be fair, I'm not sure that Delirious is aware of what state he's in.
Well, maybe. But keep in mind, last time we had a steel cage in an IWC building, John McChesney dove off the top, put it all on the line with blood streaming down his face to pin then TNA X Division champion Christopher Daniels. McChesney knows how to turn it on when the time is right. And the time, I think, has never been more right than it is at this moment. And Delirious with a pull of the hair, contradictory to what he said earlier. Shoulder tackle, proud of himself, but McChesney did not budge an inch. And McChesney explodes, pushes Delirious down. I think Delirious is in his dark place again. He's in a trance. No, he's back out of it. Deep arm drag, and now McChesney is going out quickening and outsmarting the alleged half-lizard Delirious. Delirious on the outside taking a powder, being consoled by Hayes. John McChesney gonna fly, but Daisy Hayes is in front of Delirious. Hayes is preventing McChesney from diving on top of Delirious, and the Fabulous One none too happy.
Well, it was a smart move. She's buying her man some time.
Look out from behind Delirious. Takes advantage of the distraction, and we've seen Delirious wrestle a more aggressive, a more mean style since hooking up with Hayes post Super Indy 5.
Well, really, I've never known a lizard to be nice in the first place, so. Oh!
And there is a contingent of pro-Delirious fans with chants against McChesney, but listen to those chops. And more biting.
He might be eating them.
McChesney has proven in the past that he can trade chops with the best in this business. What could be a blatant choke in the center of the ring by Delirious just adds to McChesney's problems. I tell you, McChesney's been on an absolute roll since Super Indy 5, winning that high challenge, defeating Gory, defeating Xion. Of course, participating in that time limit draw with Low Key 4 weeks ago.
And all those victories are great. But really, if he doesn't beat Delirious, then all he has are those memories. He's back down a couple notches. You're only as good as your last screw-up, Joe.
And Delirious now doing a very good job controlling the tempo of this contest. Lateral press, that's not enough to meet John McChesney. That's just wishful thinking at this point. Fabulous. Fires right back with a hell of a chop. I believe Delirious has a thumb in his eye.
And, you know, you're doing a lot of speculating here, Joe. Why don't we stick to the facts? And that's the right now, as good as John McChesney is, Delirious is out wrestling him one-on-one.
Delirious is doing everything in his arsenal to prevent this matchup from turning into a battle of chops. But now McChesney starting to open up on Delirious, but again Delirious cuts him off. And we have dueling chants. Half are in favor of McChesney, half opposed as Delirious drops McChesney sternum first.
And McChesney not quite as pretty as he had been after that kick.
Delirious has punched McChesney to the outside of the ring, and Delirious content taking a count out here. That did not count as an official count out, no. McChesney back in the ring already anyway.
Yeah, but he didn't make the 10 count.
That wasn't a 10 count, that was a whatever 10 is in his language count. Yeah, it was one of those.
Still.
McChesney seems, Delirious seems a bit, like he's having a good time in there now.
Well.
Takes McChesney over with the momentum and able to punish him with a variation of a Cobra Clutch. Starts to come alive here. Willing McChesney on. Fabulous. Inside cradle. Does he have the title 1-3? No. Delirious back up immediately. Meets him with a knee. McChesney catches him with a boot to the face. Caught him running in.
Big kick by John McChesney, puts him on his back.
And now with the momentum, driving, Delirious head first with those legs, head scissors into that middle turnbuckle, and now McChesney starts to mount a little bit of a comeback. After the clothesline, knife edge chop by John McChesney. Clothesline duck, second chop. Blocks the chop. McChesney catching him the other way around. McChesney quickly turning those knife edge and overhand chops into a very deadly weapon in his offense.
That's not right. He asked him not to.
9 punches and another chop. I think this is another message, Farnsworth, to Loki, wherever he is right now. Northern Lights Bridge, kick out. McChesney is obsessed with proving to himself that he's better than Loki, and he's not going to stop until he does it.
And really, one has to wonder, to beat Loki, it requires a decent amount of focus. One wonders why John McChesney would become involved in a match like this, which takes his focus away from the prime target.
Well, certainly, wait a second, suplex, great release by McChesney. Gonna go pin from here, covers him too, and no. McChesney would love to recapture that IWC Super Indy Championship and become the only 3-time champion in company history. He's held it twice. And certainly that would go a long way into establishing his dominance in that Super Indy division. Keep in mind, Loki, a former Super Indy champion as well. Look out. Delirious gets the foot up and drives McChesney, stirring him first into that top turnbuckle, and now Delirious has momentum.
Delirious hit the knee and is giving instructions to Daisy Hayes, apparently to punch the ring.
Check it out.
Could this be?
Time for Shadows over Hell, but McChesney ducks it. That crossbody won Delirious at least one of his matches at Super Indy 5. Springboard, drop kick. McChesney fires back with the true heart of a champion we've seen for so many months. Gonna finish him off. Gonna go for this electric chair driver. We've seen him win with this move a few times in recent months. Delirious has it scouted. Goes to those ropes for a safe haven. McChesney quickly sidesteps the drop kick.
And Daisy Hayes calling him over.
Delirious is distracting the referee while Hayes hangs McChesney's throat up on that top ring cable. Look out. Drives him down, neck first. 2. That was not 3. How did McChesney kick out?
I'm not sure. Luck would be my guess, Joe.
Everybody in this building, yours truly included, thought that was it. But McChesney with the perseverance to kick out. And the crowd comes alive for him once again. Have you ever heard a louder, more boisterous vocal crowd here at the Courttime Sports Center? Unbelievable, the anticipation leading into tonight's event. No excuses, too. Watch McChesney here. Neckbreaker wrenches the back of Delirious against the ring cable, and it's time to move. Time for McChesney to go high risk. Tope con hilo. Flip dive over the top. Big risk, high reward by John McChesney.
And over the top rope with that flip, he was probably looking at about 15 feet being that high.
And you saw McChesney a moment ago hold up that belt. He fought so hard to win and possess the first 2 times. McChesney knows, he's made it clear what's on his mind, and another near fall.
McChesney was counting with the ref instead of putting his weight over Delirious. Not a smart move.
Very good analysis there. Electric chair driver, victory roll driver, whatever you want to call it. Once again, Delirious slips free.
Couple of forearms.
Down here, stuck with the clothesline. Second time, baseball side to Hayes. McChesney was tired of Daisy Hayes' involvement, and she has just been neutralized. Wait, quick roll up. Roll up. Delirious may have used tight. I believe he did to get the
Your
momentum.
winner and still IWC Super Indy Champion, Delirious.
Let's get something straight here, Joe. John McChesney took his eyes off the gold, and that was all it took for him to lose his opportunity.
Introducing to you first two challengers, at a total combined weight of 355 pounds, escorted by their manager Hamrick, the team of Jason Gory and Shiima.
It's a tag team that last year in our first No Excuses, we would have never thought we'd ever get to see. Bitter rivals turned respected allies. Shiima Xion and Jason Gory are now well, I guess not the newest anymore, but certainly one of the most dangerous tag teams on the scene today.
I gotta wonder the wisdom of these two getting together. I mean, they both had a good future ahead of them. They're both doing pretty well in the singles. Now they've tied each other to each other.
Well, their tag team has certainly paid off. They have an opportunity at Tag Team Gold in just a moment.
J-Rocc, they are the Cleveland Mafia.
Ever since his debut in IWC, some 6 months back, Rowe has been a near impenetrable, unstoppable force anytime he's in an IWC ring.
He is a monster in the ring. He's big, he's powerful, and it takes a hell of a lot to knock him off his feet. And even if you do knock him off his feet, you still have to deal with J-Rocc.
Absolutely right. The big daddy of destruction, J-Rocc, certainly one of the toughest men in IWC in his own right. Got himself a bigger, badder backup in Rowe. Certainly worked. They are the reigning tag team champions. And J-Rocc would like us all to give it up one time for the Cleveland Mafia.
Joe, I don't see you giving it up one time.
I'll give it up later. I give up on you.
I was talking to Shiima to show you, how much thought he's put into this, the young model. He told me the name of their tag team.
Oh, really?
Did he share that with you?
Well, would you like to indulge me?
That would be Team Catfish.
Team Catfish.
Because as he explained, 20 years ago, the cat and the fish, which didn't necessarily get along, came together to form the Catfish. Now, don't get me wrong. I love young Shiima, like a son I will never have. But he named the team Catfish.
He did. Well, certainly Shiima, always an eccentric, free spirit, so to speak.
He's pretty not smart, Joe.
Always marches to the beat of his own drum, and J-Rocc and Jason Gory slapping each other back and forth in the corner, and J-Rocc going to Rowe for some encouragement. But it was about 4 weeks ago in this building when Gory and Xion took on the team of Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli. Maverick tried to get involved. Shiima Xion told Maverick not to, and Maverick left ringside in disgust. Actually came back here and joined me for commentary, but I couldn't get any type of information out of him.
Well, that was the match that I believe Vendetta was referring to. They lost their first match, and now they have a title match. How does that work, Joe?
Well, but look
You're in the pockets of Norm Connors. Explain this to me.
Stop with those allegations. A, look at the caliber of tag team they competed against and looked very well again.
Submission possible.
Submission impossible, indeed. Look at the caliber of competition they faced in Chris Hero and Claudio. Look at the fact that they wrestled the matchup down the line and fairly and didn't go to Chris Maverick. Those two things. Look at the fact they put aside past differences and formed a team. Those things impressed Norm Connors enough to reward them with this tag title.
Yeah, you know what Norm didn't look at? That L in the column there.
Well, sometimes it's not just about wins and losses, as we have a near fall by Jason Gory. Gory and Xion, neither of which have had IWC gold yet in their young careers in this company. Tonight could be an important stepping stone for them.
It'd be a huge, huge win for them. I mean, however they got the opportunity, they need to make as most out of it as possible.
Atomic drop sends J-Rocc into Rowe. Tag team miscommunication by the champions. Gory tries to capitalize, can't get a lot. And you want to talk about in the pocket, Steve Coulter, the assigned official, certainly you always have to look out for him.
Why is that?
Because somebody might have greased his palms.
You mean like yours, Joe?
No. I'm trying to be impartial, but it's hard when you're sitting next to me. Watch this. Watch that belly-to-belly overhead suplex by Rowe. Cover, count of 2 and a kick out. It's been said about athletes before, but Rowe truly is a suplex machine.
Oh, yeah, and throw chopping machine onto that resume too.
And that's about 250, 260 of power behind it. Rowe doesn't have a bodybuilder physique, but he has a lot of strength behind those shots and suplexes, as you can clearly see. Rowe slows this pace down. Certainly it's to Rowe's advantage to wrestle a methodical pace. The more Shiima and Gory get to quicken the tempo and fly around him, the more of a disadvantage the Cleveland Mafia will be in. This plays right into the strengths of the Mafia at this point.
Yeah, but I mean, they can fly all they want. They're flying into 2 walls, Joe. These are not little men. You've heard of David and Goliath?
Certainly.
Well, this is worse. This is swatting a pair of flies with a Buick.
And a rather lax enforcement of the rules by Ref Coulter as J-Rocc and Rowe just take turns.
He's warning them.
Yeah, take turns planting Jason Gory with right hand.
Yeah, if they plant him, maybe he'll grow a little bigger.
J-Rocc keeping the pace slow here, keeping things well in his control. Does not want to make a mistake to a point where this matchup could slip out of the grasp of the Cleveland Mafia. The tag back into Rowe. I think whenever I see Rowe, I think back to some of those chair shots he's received in recent months that haven't even knocked him off his feet. Watch this. Power bombs him across the knee of J-Rocc. Gory lands very, very awkwardly on J-Rocc's knee.
Let's be honest, how much does Jason Gory have left?
Enough to kick out, which is frustrating J-Rocc a little bit. Rowe sets Gory up. Not quick to follow, however, and he paid for it. Quickness of Gory now comes into play.
Gory charging. Oh.
Rowe scoops him out of midair, plants him hard.
Yeah. Gory charged, and that charge was declined.
J-Rocc sneaks in for a quick cover. Can't get free, however.
And Rowe, a smart move, tagged, and he's shaking it off in the corner.
And I can't recall if we've even seen Shiima Xion as a legal participant in this match yet. It has been more or less all Jason Gory, much to the chagrin of what is apparently now known as Team Catfish. Gut wrench suplex, nicely done, 2 count.
Well, I'd just like to point out that right now, Team Catfish is getting battered. It's only a matter of time before they're fried.
Rowe tagged in, the biggest man of this match. Nothing pretty about that, just a straight forearm. Certainly there's no way for Jason Gory, who's about 170, 180 pounds, to compete pound for pound with someone like Rowe. As long as Gory is grounded and taken out of this matchup, he does not have a hope. Beautiful overhead suplex. Goes for that cover again. 2 and no.
That overhead suplex was beautiful, but it was the third part of a chain. He beat him across his knee 8 ways to Sunday. Good Christ, how much more can this kid take?
Rowe sends Gory into enemy territory again. Into that Cleveland Mafia corner, enabling more potential double teams. Gory gets the foot up one more time. Is it enough to capitalize? Duck of the clothesline. Good night. Rowe wipes him out again. Elevates him into J-Rocc. Drops him with the spine buster cover. Another 2 count. And you can see the frustration setting on J-Rocc.
Yeah, I've said it before, but Jason Gory at this point is kicking out on reflex. There's not a lot left to him. He can't even get himself up off the mat. No.
High stakes when it comes to the tag team division. Of course, several teams eyeing in, zoning in on the Cleveland Mafia. The Gambino brothers would love another shot. Sexual Harassment would love a shot. The Kings of Wrestling, Hero and Castagnoli, among others. J-Rocc and Rowe have to be on top of their game to overcome any and all challenges. J-Rocc applying that front chancery, but losing leverage as Gory inches closer and closer to getting his feet. Dips to the corner. I believe the tag was made to Shiima. The referee Coulter conveniently does not see it.
His back was turned. How was he supposed to see it?
I wonder why.
Do you have eyes on the back of your head?
Oh, but I can pay attention to this match quite well.
Well, then you clearly didn't see that his back was turned. He misses things. Jeez.
He misses quite a lot in quite convenient situations, if you ask me.
I'm sorry, are you going to ignore Ray Rowe yelling at you?
Well, no.
Exactly.
Not going to ignore Shiima Xion either. My God, fall away slam. Gory lands throat first on that top ring cable. Nowhere for him to go.
And Shiima Xion's had about enough. Shiima Xion may have to cancel that modeling gig next week.
But Gory fights back, but he's in the wrong ring. Springboard. Into ring number 1 from ring number 2. Missile drop kick takes down Ray Rowe, and that's the speed and high risk Gory needs to combat the Cleveland Mafia.
This is not what the Mafia wanted, to allow some space between them and Team Catfish. This gives them the chance to pull off those quick, high risk maneuvers that could be the turning point. I'm sorry, have Ray Rowe and Shiima Xion switched corners?
No, they seem to have switched to a neutral corner, and Coulter seems to be ready to okay that as dual tags are made. J-Rocc and Shiima Xion, legal man, as Shiima snaps off a beautiful Hurricane Rana. Drop kick to the big man Rowe. Can he follow through on the biggest member of this matchup? Rowe reverses, but Xion sneaks through the ropes. Slips in, Crystal Pistol drives down Rowe face first.
Oh no.
Look out. Oh, we've had mixed results with this before. Shiima Xion gonna fly. Look out. Plancha.
Results are still out on that one. Did he land it?
Judging by this fan reaction, it looks like it was a rousing success.
Yeah, he's up, he's fighting. And
Gory gonna dive as well, but Rowe catches him. Rowe switches the momentum. Suplexes Gory over the top rope. He may have landed on his head. I could not.
And Gory was diving at the rather angry behest of the prophet of profit, who does not look happy right now.
Gory already had his body halfway in the air when Rowe gave him a big boost to that as well. And you can see Maverick showing some frustration with the Xion Gory team, as we have seen in recent months. I don't think Maverick still approves of this Team Catfish concept. I don't know if he doesn't trust Jason Gory. I don't know if he doesn't like the attitude change of Shiima. But either way, he seems to be under duress. Gory's had an injured neck in the past, and thankfully was able to cut off Rowe at the pass. Look out. Oh, up to the second. Oh, modified overhead T-bone, superplex, connects to Gory. Cover still champions, no.
Shiima with the save. That was almost like a release Northern Lights, being that he had the room to do it.
Shiima able to get back just in the nick of time and stop this matchup from being over. Laying into them with the knife edges. Reversal. Double collision. Rowe does not move, however. Double drop kick staggers him.
He's big, not quick.
Rowe needs to regroup on the outside. But watch Shiima here. Watch Gory. Both of them on the outside. Both of them taking a high risk. Beautiful drop kick, thrusting the legs out at J-Rocc. Gory up top. Twisting frog splash. In midair, too. No, Rowe's back in.
For a second, I thought the kids had it, Joe.
Sharp kick to the thigh, into Gory. Look out here, Gory got a charge. Rowe lost his balance on that cross-body attempt by Gory. Shiima with an exclamation point cover. 2 we have no. Another near fall from Team Catfish.
Team Catfish.
Maverick very upset on the outside. J-Rocc and Gory. Look out. J-Rocc gets planted across Shiima's knee.
Oh!
QAS, cover, 2-3 down. A signature Jason Gory maneuver cannot polish off the opposition.
How much more does either of them have left?
Look at the clothesline by Gory. Goes for QAS on Rowe. Not going to work by himself, but Shiima. Crucifix bomb. Both men get Rowe over. 2-3, no. Another close fall. What is it going to take to keep either of these men down? Pile driver. Wait, what's Maverick doing? Maverick advising Gory here. What? Hey!
Maverick fixed his hair.
No, he didn't fix his hair. He just sprayed hairspray in Jason Gory's eyes. Jason Gory's been blinded and powerbombed. No. Dragon suplex. Can you believe that impact? Can you believe that bridge?
Can you believe Jason Gory's still breathing?
Your winners and still IWC Tag Team Champions, the Cleveland Mafia.
A sick dragon suplex from Rowe to Jason Gory puts an exclamation point on this tag title defense. But how about Chris Maverick hairspraying the eyes of Jason Gory? Maverick may have cost Xion and Gory this match and the belt.
Well, this raises a question. Where does this put Team Catfish? Specifically, the loyalties of Shiima Xion.
Seems very obvious that Maverick was very upset about this allegiance all along, and he couldn't hide it anymore, couldn't hold it in. Maverick does not like Jason Gory, does not like the fact that Shiima Xion respects Jason Gory.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is one half of our double main event, and it is scheduled for one fall.
Here we go. He's a 3-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion, a 2-time IWC Super Indy Champion, a current co-holder of the NWA Tag Title, and the only toughest match of his IWC career. Former NWA World Champion, as well as a former WWE Intercontinental World Tag Team, European, Hardcore, and Light Heavyweight Champion. That is Christian Cage.
That is a damn dirty Canadian, and I don't trust him.
This is the calm before the storm. Moments away from the opening bell of what is sure to be something that's going to be remembered for many years to come by fans, wrestlers, insiders alike. And the crowd noticeably split in their support. And listen to this reaction for AJ and Christian Cage.
All right, there's only one way to settle this. Rock, paper, scissors.
What?
Seems fair.
Well, I guess.
See, the way it works, Joe, is...
I know how the game is.
Well,
stop it.
You look confused.
Well, I've never seen this before main event before.
Well, there are hand symbols.
I know that.
You know it, you don't know it. You know it, you don't know it. You've never seen it, you know it. Who won?
I think Christian's got to warm the hand up first. Don't tell me we're going to see a spin-a-rooney.
We just did.
There you go.
In the other ring.
I got to do the Mark Madden. Spin-a-rooney, spin-a-rooney, by God, spin-a-rooney.
And we're having a dance-off?
It's a white boy dance party in the IWC. Oh, Tracy Smothers, where are you when we need you? What was that?
I see a robot.
Christian with the robot.
Damn dirty Canadian.
The breakdance fighter.
Was that a worm?
Well, I think Christian's ahead on points. Shades of Zoolander by Christian and AJ there with this spirited competition.
don't know how any of this is going to accomplish anything, but
I say just ring the bell and let them hit each other.
I think we're ready for rock, paper, scissors. We are trying to determine what ring this matchup will take place in. AJ wins.
AJ with the scissors. That's it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good evening from IWC.
No, we'll stop that. We're not done yet.
Oh, God, we haven't even wrestled yet.
It seems that the majority of the AJ fans have gone after the right side of the building. The majority of Christian fans have hovered on the left side of the building. And it looks like AJ will have the home field advantage in this contest, as AJ and Christian will meet in what is, for identification purposes, ring number 2.
By way of the victorious scissors of AJ Styles.
Yes. That's the scissors I never thought I'd call in an IWC ring. I am Joe Dombrowski, you are Jay Worthington Farnsworth.
You're goddamn right.
Please. 1 year ago at this time, I called AJ Styles and Matt Hardy the most anticipated match in the history of the International Wrestling Cartel. Tonight, far and away surpasses that. A battle of two former recent world champions, two men at the top of their game. Certainly the most watched IWC live event in history. This is No Excuses 2 at the Courtime Sports Center in Elizabeth, PA, bringing you the largest scale meeting between AJ Styles and Christian Cage ever. AJ and Christian have locked horns before, but certainly nothing anywhere near this level as we see the first collar and elbow tie-up in this bout. CJ Sensation is your assigned official as Christian backs Styles into the buckle. AJ reverses the momentum.
And really, AJ needs to be careful, because let's not forget that Christian is one of those damn dirty, godless Canadians.
What is your problem with Canadians?
What is your favoritism towards the godless North?
Well, I don't like a lot of them either, but Christian's done nothing wrong.
I'm just saying, he's sneaky. Sneaky like a Canadian, Joe.
He lives in Tampa.
Don't let that fool you.
You see the eyes of Christian and AJ locked on one another. The shenanigans and the fall-to-roll is over. Both men are focused on one another. Go behind by Christian. AJ locks the leg in between Christians to prevent any type of advantage and reverses the hold. But Christian right back, as we are going to see basic chain wrestling right now. Back and forth exchanges as both men feel each other out.
AJ using a little weight differential there, a little bit of the center of gravity to flip him over. I don't know that Christian was expecting that.
AJ Styles has been involved in the IWC Match of the Year as voted by the fans the past 3 years straight. Colt Cabana in 2003, Christopher Daniels in 2004, Matt Hardy in 2005. I strongly believe AJ Styles versus Christian Cage will be a forerunner in 2006 as the tempo quickens. Cage and Styles a couple of quick takedowns, but no clear advantage for him. Christian Cage captured the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in February of this year, defeating Jeff Jarrett before losing it in a King of the Mountain style matchup in June. To Jeff Jarrett. AJ Styles held that championship 3 times over the past 4 years he spent in TNA. Christian with the Irish whip, Styles up and over, leapfrog by Christian, duck to the clothesline. You can tell how fast Styles was moving. You can see the extra bit of momentum. He turned it up a notch, up one extra burst of steam to take Cage down and surprise him with a quick lateral press. And it worked. You can see the bewilderment on Cage's face. Cage did not expect Styles to be flying at him so quickly, so heavily, so early in this contest. And make no mistake about it, this will be a long matchup.
Christian Cage is looking like someone correctly pronounced the letter O. He's all confused.
Both men going for a Greco-Roman style knuckle lock. Test of strength coming up here. This is Christian Cage's IWC debut. Very rarely do you see Christian Cage make an independent wrestling appearance outside of TNA Wrestling, but he has done it for this matchup, for his peeps here in Pittsburgh, for the opportunity to wrestle AJ Styles one-on-one.
Well, AJ was the first person to accept the challenge when they found out that Christian Cage was looking to compete here in IWC. And so far, Christian has his hands full, and his back full with AJ.
Cage used his inch or two height advantage to take the advantage in the test of strength, but AJ comes back with that sharp kick to the spine. Tempo quickens. AJ drops down. Cage runs into that trademark drop kick and has to seek salvation from ring number one, but you can't hide from AJ. Watch this. Springboard, beautiful forearm. This matchup is now in ring number one. And now it's outside the ring. Styles with a pescado spreads his body weight for maximum impact on Captain Charisma.
Both men down. Someone's daughter pulled out of the way.
AJ taking the first high risk in this contest, and it did pay off. AJ was successful. AJ has a slight advantage over Christian as far as aerial activity goes. Christian has been known to fly, but not with the regularity of the phenomenal AJ Styles. This matchup takes to the air. There's a lot of distance in both men's bodies. It's advantage AJ as he charges in and buries the knee right into the forehead. Lateral press, covering a count of 2 only.
Now, Joe, you've studied both these men. You're a student of this game here. If you're AJ Styles, what are you doing to defeat Christian?
If I'm AJ Styles, I'm trying to exploit. Wait a second here. Tries to spring in, but it gets hung up on that second rope. I'm trying to exploit just that, the speed advantage I possess. Styles can really go any style he wants to. He has to play to Christian's weaknesses, which is probably going to be a quicker tempo, as Christian is carrying more body mass. If I'm Christian Cage, I don't want AJ Styles to get out of my grasp and give him the opportunity to charge in and hit me with a quick takedown. I want to control the pace of this matchup and keep AJ in my grasp at all times.
An interesting analysis, Joe.
Cage drops Styles with a neck breaker. That's another thing I'm doing if I'm Christian Cage. I'm weakening that neck of AJ Styles for the unprettier. Of course, Cage's signature maneuver throughout his entire 8-year career as a national star.
Let's see. If I'm Christian Cage, then what I'm doing, I think what I'm going to try and do is analyze the way that AJ Styles is moving. And then when CJ Sensation's distracted, I kick him in the nuts.
I don't think that's very sound advice.
I'm telling you, you're getting at least a 2 count. You're definitely getting the advantage.
I don't think that's the kind of atmosphere we have in this ring right now.
Well, whose fault's that, Joe?
Somebody's fault. That's a good thing. Cage cinching in a chin lock. I've had the privilege of seeing these two go one-on-one in the past, but certainly no encounter between these two has ever come close to the effort and certainly the atmosphere we're experiencing right now, as let's hear these dueling chants for Christian and AJ. Duck in the back elbow by Styles, walks right into the boot. The bottom drops out for AJ. Notice, late near fall, Christian did not drop AJ on his back. He stuck out the knee to drop AJ on the back of the neck. More damage to that part of the body.
A smart move by the godless Canadian.
That's Captain Charisma to you. So a mixed reaction here. So much respect for both of these men and what they've accomplished. It's very, very difficult to show any type of favoritism to either Cage or Styles, as Cage is starting to get a little personal here. Slapping AJ in the face, and AJ, a consummate professional, does not appreciate that.
Well, I would disagree with you. I think it's very easy to side with AJ because he was born here in the greatest country God ever gave us.
Oh, will you stop with this country war? Made in-ring collision. They may have hit heads. Cage and Styles collide. Did not have time to brace themselves for the impact. Both men are dazed, and it is time for the precursatory 10 count.
Precursatory, Joe?
That's true. Former IWC great Devil Budokan taught me that some time ago. CJ Sensation is up at 5. Is up to both feet first. Christian quickly follows, exchanging rights in the center of the ring, as I think Christian made this matchup a bit more personal when he chose to slap AJ Styles across the face. And a more aggressive streak is coming out in both men now as AJ explodes with a series of takedowns to Christian Cage. And AJ determined. AJ used that momentum to turn it into a discus lariat. 2 and a kick out. We've seen AJ win matches in this promotion before with that discus lariat, but not enough to put away Cage. Pump handle.
Gutbuster.
Drives him down hard. Near fall again. Kick out by Christian. Cage is taking a moment to regroup. That's all Cage needed to come back. Cage went to drop AJ again, but look at that flexibility. Into the Pele kick. Dazed Cage with the knees, able to flip over with the Pele. 2 and no. Styles did a beautiful job of setting up that maneuver. And once again, this crowd noticeably divided about as even as you're going to get.
Could this be the... Oh, no.
Signaling for the Styles clash. Counter by Christian. Look out. AJ catches himself in the second rope to duck the slingshot. Christian took too much time, and AJ connects with a moonsault. I believe his knee may have hit Christian in the head. May have knocked him silly, but not enough for us to leave.
That could have been it.
A very unorthodox moonsault press by AJ Styles takes down Captain Charisma. I think that awkward landing took a lot out of both these men.
AJ going back up top again.
Position Christian perfectly. There's a lot of lethal ways AJ can go from the top rope, but we won't see any now. AJ saw Cage coming, able to jump over him, but meets a spear. 2 and no. Shades of Cage's former partner once upon a time. Christian Cage only gets a count of 2.
Cage has to be looking to put it away right now. You only get so many opportunities with AJ Styles.
Now Christian, his turn to take a chance. We've seen him add a frog splash to his repertoire in recent months, and that's exactly what he went for. But AJ got the double knees up, and all the wind is driven out of Christian's anatomy. AJ starting to tire out, and AJ bumped into the referee inadvertently. Christian roll up out of the corner, almost Jack Briscoe style. Counter, clash, Styles clash. AJ dropped Christian Cage, but the referee was hit in the eye and momentarily blinded. Cover. AJ with 3. AJ, no. Cage escaped somehow.
I don't see you complaining about who's it's up there.
Who's it? CJ Sensation.
Whatever.
That was a legitimate injury he suffered, and it was those momentary seconds that allowed Christian Cage to get enough wherewithal to kick out. And AJ may have been signaling to go spiral tap here. Up top, net, but no water in the pool. Cage moves out of the way.
It's a very difficult move to hit even when the guy lays still. Uh-oh.
Unprettier time. Can he get AJ over in position? No, AJ pushes off. Spin kick connects, but it does not take Cage down. Goes for the clash one more time now. No. Cage pushes AJ off. Unprettier again. Drops him. Christian Cage with the unprettier. Covers AJ. 2. We have a count of 3.
I told you never trust those damn dirty Canadians.
Here is your winner, Captain Charisma, Christian Cage.
Cage victorious following the unprettier. A great contest between two unbelievable athletes as Christian, here you see him going up the double C. Captain Charisma is victorious in his IWC debut, and you can hear these fans. They would love to see more of them. Great showing of respect and sportsmanship from both these athletes. Much like last year with Styles and Hardy, we get that now with Styles and Christian Cage. A technical presentation we will not soon forget. And now we hear from Christian Cage.
I think my Pennsylvania peeps are the best peeps anywhere in the world. You say you want me to please come back? You can be damn sure after a reception like that, I will be. But first I want to tip my hat to AJ Styles. He's a tough son of a bitch. One hell of a rock, paper, scissors player in the boot. I'd like nothing more to come right back here next time in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and do this one more time. Why? Because that's...
You know what? That took a lot of class for him to say that, Joe. Christian Cage, if you're watching this, the stuff I said about you, I'm sorry.
Well, mighty kind of you, Christian Cage. Certainly very pleased with the fan reaction of the fans. Very pleased with Christian Cage. A fantastic matchup against AJ Styles here in the International Wrestling Cartel.
Recap WarGames contest. This match will be for the IWC Championship.
Whoever scores the winning fall
Now,
gets the belt.
In WarGames, here are the rules. 2 participants will start inside these rings. They will wrestle for 5 minutes. After the 5-minute opening period, we will have another member of one of the teams which we know is the Unholy Alliance, which will then enter the ring and make it 2-on-1. Every 2 minutes thereafter, another superstar from each other team will enter the ring until all 9 participants are inside this cage, where it will be submission or surrender. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here are our opening 2 participants.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is the culmination of 18 months of turmoil inside the International Wrestling Cartel. Shirley Doe, HENTAI, Sebastian Dark, Abyss, and now Dean Radford, who feel IWC should be run under their vision and their control against Dennis Gregory's Coalition of the Willing. Team IWC, the Loyalists.
Representing the Unholy Alliance, he weighs at 175 pounds. He trained in Hayabusa, Japan. HENTAI!
A foursome has been constructed of longtime IWC employees defending the promotion, the promoter, and the place that helped make them what they are today.
You know, you could also look at this, dear viewers.
I believe HENTAI just stole an IWC shirt from some kid and threw it. That's just tasteful.
You could also view it as 5 men who've decided to take their livelihood into their own hands.
Keep in mind this is 5-on-4. Team IWC demanded that Dean Radford be added into this cage, even though it puts them at a disadvantage. That's the personal stakes that's going on between all 9 of these individuals.
Team IWC, weighing at 190 pounds, from West Hollywood, California, Balls Hot Troy Floyd.
It was back at Super Indy 5 last April. to the top of the Super Indy division was ruined by hentai, a jealous hentai, a bitter hentai, over not getting the respect he feels he deserves. He shattered Troy Lord's knee moments before Lord's match in the Super Indy final, and it's that man, Hentai's fault, that Lord is not Super Indy champion today.
You're right, it has nothing to do with the fact that Delirious pinned him.
Delirious never pinned Troy Lord since Super Indy 5.
I say he pinned him.
And this match is underway. Lord's knee has not been 100% since Super Indy 5, since April 15th, and you can see how personal this war is already. Lord's Super Indy dreams were shattered by hentai, and finally, he gets a shot at him, one-on-one, no distractions, no interruptions, in Cage Fury WarGames style.
And it's fitting that these two are fighting each other to begin with. Because if you want to talk about people feeling betrayed and people feeling hurt and wah, and your hippie crap, then let's talk about Troy Lord's a great competitor, but who got into the business and who was inspired for how long by super hentai. Right. The super hentai that got screwed over time and time again by IWC.
Well, I think that's up for debate. Super hentai was very well appreciated and respected, had a year-long reign with that title, an accolade that is still not yet been matched. But Lord's knee has not been 100% since Super Indy 5, and it was re-injured 4 weeks ago when he tried to step into the Extreme Rules match to replace another injured participant. So what condition is Troy Lord's in right now? Using the cage, the Battle of Hentai drops him with a board buster.
Well, so far he seems pretty good.
So far so good, but it seems like it only takes one bad shot to ding that knee, and then he's not 100%. Time will tell as we are in our first 5-minute period. Keep in mind the Unholy Alliance won the man advantage this past May at Hell Hath No Fury. They won a best-of-3 series, so they will have a member of their team enter this matchup first after this 5-minute period.
Indeed, the Unholy Alliance pretty much has an advantage the whole way through the match, right. Even it being 5-on-4, so even after everything evens out, they get one more card.
Right. Great strategy on the part of both teams to put the smaller of each side into the cage. Certainly starting out first is going to require a lot of resilience. This is submit or surrender. We're going to be here a long time. The match doesn't even officially start until all 9 men are in the ring. And obviously M-Dog 20, as was announced earlier, unfortunately was in a car accident en route here. He will not be participating in this matchup, but there is a 4th man backstage. We just don't know who he is, and apparently we're going to find out in this matchup. You have to wonder what he brings to the table and what his past is with the Unholy Alliance.
Now, let's be honest, we were both backstage. Nice move by Troy Lord. Giving credit where credit's due.
Counter to the K-Broad with the drop kick.
Neither of us saw anyone out of the ordinary backstage.
Correct. So, whoever Norm Connor's secret weapon is, he must have stashed in a rental car outside or something.
Or he's hiding in plain view.
5, 4, 3,
Very good point.
1.
Who is it?
Is it you, Joe?
It's not me. Get off of that. It's Troy Lords, and make this matchup how the Unholy Alliance functions best, a 2-on-1 environment. And Dark helping up Hentai. Dark and Hentai, former IWC Tag Team champions some time ago. Obviously, they know how to work as a team, not just as a group, but as individual 2-man tag team partners as well.
Team IWC, what do you want now?
And Dark.
If there's anyone who is more accustomed to this type of environment, I can't think of anyone. Perhaps Shirley Doe knows a hardcore fight better than Sebastian Dark, but really, this is Sebastian's element.
I really think you're not going to find 5 men on this roster with a higher pain threshold than Doe, Dark, Hentai, Abyss, and Radford. That's been time-tested in many wars. They've all been in.
And Troy Lord's upstairs.
Oh, no.
This is not looking good.
We've seen this in the past in Hentai and Dark, but Lord's so close to Hentai, able to fight back. Check this out. Tornado DDT, off the shoulders, and Troy Lord is going to get some help.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it's the champion. It's the leader of the leader of the coalition of the willing. It is Dennis Gregory. Wasting no time coming out to help his team. Just days away from returning to the Middle East to fight for the U.S. Armed Forces. Gregory had one last war to fight here at home first.
Now, explain this to me. Whoever gets the pin gets the title?
Apparently, the title is being defended as a team. If the Coalition of the Willing wins, Gregory will retain. If the Unholy Alliance wins, then the championship goes back in enemy territory. Title is at stake here. Heads collide. Dark and HENTAI. Look out. HENTAI eats steel, and Dark eats steel hard. Dark, his entire body, put a dent in that steel mesh, and that mesh will slice skin very easily.
And it looks like it may already have.
Gregory with a clothesline. Dark in limbo now between the two rings, and now Team IWC has isolated a member of the Unholy Alliance, Gregory and Lords, now double teaming HENTAI, a taste of his own medicine.
I think that Sebastian Dark might be bleeding from that shot.
I would not at all doubt it. And check out Gregory, not going to let Sebastian Dark rip. And look at the bloody forehead of the bastard son of 1,000 corpses. Dark is cut bad. Must have caught himself on some kind of piece of metal sticking out on that cage.
Well, his face was taken across that cage like it's a goddamn cheese grater.
Right, you are.
The cage being the cheese grater, not his face.
Certainly Gregory knew right exactly where he was positioning the face of Dark. Maybe he had time to study this cage before this matchup began. This is one of the, arguably, the most intimidating structure we've had here in the IWC's 5.5+ year history. And there is going to be bloodshed. There's going to be a lot of violence before it's all said and done. Like we said, 18 months
10,
of turmoil
9,
comes down
8,
to this night.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we are joined now by the newest turncoat to the IWC roster, brandishing a baseball bat and handcuffs, Gene Radford, 6'4", 260, a badass.
Badass and bad attitude, friend.
That shot to Gregory, baseball bat shots to Lords, and that was the equalizer. Dark is certainly nowhere near 100%. He can't even stand. He's losing blood fast, but Radford is a fresh man and taking over on both Gregory and Lord. Guillotine leg drop to balls hot. The ball is in the court once again of the Unholy Alliance. Can you believe? Dark is nuts. Sebastian Dark is completely insane.
Sebastian Dark has been waiting for this for as long as he's been in IWC. He wants to show just how frustrated he is against Norm Connors and all the people who have been against him in his reign of violence here in IWC.
That's true. That's very true. As Lords
10, 9,
hits each side of the cage, gets dropped with a powerbomb.
5,
Dark's long locks have been stained red as Team IWC about to emerge. Here it is. SJK, Sterling James Keenan, this time ready to take the fight to the Unholy Alliance, but they're waiting for it. Door wide open. Sterling ready to take the fight. The longtime rival for years, Dean Radford, as well as Dark and HENTAI. And Sterling's got that cane. The cane with the sword on the end of it. Bad knee and all. Torn MCL and all. Sterling is taking the fight via the Unholy Alliance. Oh no.
Oh! And where is your God now?
Not again with Sterling with a low blow. He's back up. It was a mind game. It was a ruse, a plot, a ploy, a sham, and a charade. Damn it! Sterling is 100%.
Roy Lords just took out Dean Radford with a bat.
Look out, MK Ultra! Drives HENTAI down. He will not be a factor for several minutes. You know, Troy Lords wearing away at the nether regions of Radford.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Dark eats more steel. Who's the next member for the Unholy Alliance? Oh no. The longest reigning champion in company history, the leader of the Unholy Alliance, Shirley Effin Doe, is in the ring.
And he has the gold. He has his gold.
The gold that was formerly his. Sillyhead 2 to Sterling. The gold he could regain in this matchup if the Unholy Alliance is victorious.
And it's blood for blood as Dennis Gregory is now bleeding out of his head as well.
Oh gosh. This matchup is so dangerous. This is not a carefully constructed cage. This is not high technology. It's not flawless. There's pieces of metal. There's pieces of wire.
There's barbed wire.
There's poles sticking out of the structure.
There's weapons.
This is not designed for acoustics. It's designed to hurt. It's designed to shorten careers and lives. And Gregory wastes no time ramming Doe face first into the steel as well. It's HENTAI punishing Sterling. Start from the silly head. Gregory built little Midas touch action on Dark. Face first in the steel. Radford paired off with Lord. And this cage, certainly feeling the effects of this war. Look out, Gregory backdropped on the cage.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Who's the fourth guy? Who does Team IWC have?
3, 2,
What IWC roster member
Who
is
has
coming
Norm
up?
hit?
Wait!
No!
Could it be? It's Chris Hamrick! Confederate currency is back in IWC. Former two-time tag team champion with Tracy Smothers. Unbelievable.
Who the hell let this pig farmer back into IWC?
Bristol, Tennessee's own Chris Hamrick, the most underrated man in wrestling today by my money, and he's in there to kick a little ass. IWC was very good to Chris Hamrick, who just knocked HENTAI's teeth out with a super kick. Counter with Eradicator. Radford eats the steel thanks to Hamrick. Sterling's back to his feet as the crowd has come alive once again. Lords goes downstairs on Shirley Doe.
And the two bleeding men are at the top of the damn cage.
My God. All four members of the Coalition of the Willing are on their feet right now. The Alliance is down, and Gregory and Dark are on the very top of that cage. Look out. Both men, too woozy, lost their balance. That could have been life-threatening.
That was life-threatening, Joe.
The Coalition of the Willing has dominated this matchup so far. Oh no.
Chris Hamrick up top.
Hamrick's a veteran. I think he's been wrestling 23 years, but he can fly like he's 23 years of age. Look out! Big drop by Hamrick.
5, 4, 3.
To the ninth and final man in this match, the Monster of Abyss. 6 feet 8, 350 pounds. Abyss is in the ring. This match has officially started. Submit or surrender. Title on the line.
Now submission or surrender. Let the WarGames begin.
The IWC title at stake here. Unholy Alliance. First is the Coalition of the Willing, represented by champion Dennis Gregory, as Abyss, the weapon of mass destruction, is cleaning house with choke smash. But Troy's not going to back down. Troy's going to take the fight to him, damn it. Troy charges. Oh, good God almighty. Overhead, belly to belly, folds Troy up right on his neck. Hamrick underneath. Enziguri to the big man.
And we have a third member bleeding as Sterling James Keenan is bleeding out of his back.
Shock treatment. Abyss hammers Hamrick with the shock treatment. HENTAI's got a pair of handcuffs. Doe's got a pair of handcuffs. And the sick display just continues. In ring number 1, Radford eradicates Sterling. And in ring number 2, they're cuffing people.
I just have to step inside here. You know, Farnsworth and Dabrowski, I have never seen anything like this before. This is an absolute, it's an understatement to call this a war right here. I mean, has anybody ever seen Dennis Gregory bleed like he is right now for Team IWC? I haven't seen.
I've never seen another human being bleed like Sebastian Dark is bleeding right now.
Somebody tell me what in the hell ball bats and shackles are doing inside that ring. I'm sorry to throw my 2 cents in here, but I'm just as excited as you guys are.
They're settling a match. They're settling a match.
18 months of turmoil, like we've been saying. And the Unholy Alliance is starting to take over. Doe and Dark are plotting strategy, while Abyss and Radford serve as the heavies. HENTAI supervising as well.
Troy Lords, handcuffed to the second rope, is getting choked out.
Hamrick is handcuffed as well. Wait, CJ Sensation trying to get involved.
CJ Sensation just hit senior referee Stephen Colder.
Coulter's in the pocket of the Alliance. He got what he deserved. CJ's on top of the cage. He's beating the hell out of Sebastian Dark, like Dark deserved. CJ is on top of the cage. Look out! Cross body! Sensation couldn't take it anymore. He had to fight for what he believed in. CJ Sensation puts his life on the line for IWC.
He had to put his fat nose where it didn't belong. And I hope the next blood that spilt is his.
CJ, I believe, does he have a key to the shackles? He's untying Lord. Somehow Sensation stole the key. And just like that, the coalition of the willing, Team IWC, has been set free, and we got to fight again. Hamrick just hit Radford in the head with those handcuffs.
This isn't right.
This all is fair in love and war. Wait a second.
Out.
Kidnapper! Kid Sensation with the kidnapper. Shades of his wrestling days. CJ Sensation has exploded in this match. Black hole. CJ got the black hole slam. Oh, think of his injured neck.
HENTAI and Troy Lords are both leaving the cage.
You cannot win this match by escape.
I don't think they won anything except a trip to the hospital. They both fell pretty awkwardly to the floor.
Absolutely right. The momentum took them both down. It's submit or surrender. This is not a climbing contest. As the war continues to get uglier and more brutal. Abyss and Sterling, they've crossed paths around the world before.
Sterling's Cobra Cane, now in the hands of Abyss, or was.
Very dangerous. Dark, Sebastian Dark is handcuffed to the ring now. He can't move.
And
oh no, Go's got some powder. Go's got powder. It goes in Abyss's eyes. Gregory ducks the powder. Abyss is blinded. Go is calling to Abyss.
He's calling for the black hole slam.
Abyss can't see though. Abyss feels the body. He thought it was Gregory. He's blind. He thought he black hole slammed Gregory, but he black hole slammed his master, Shirley Doe.
He was following orders.
I think he just now realized it. Abyss, still with impaired vision. Wait a second. Gregory cinching in. A sharpshooter on Doe. It's submit or surrender. Is Doe going to tap out? I can't get it.
Handcuff.
Shirley's got that cane.
What the?
Wait a second. Oh, there's a sword inside. There's a sword inside that cane. The sharpshooter did not make Doe tap out.
Norm, call this.
No.
This goes beyond wrestling.
It's gone this far. Doe pushed it this far. There's a knife in his head.
Give it up!
No! There's a knife in the man's forehead. Doe pushed it this far. He had to. Will he quit? Abyss is handcuffed. He can't help. Don't quit. Don't quit. IWC wins.
Norm Connors, you sick son of a bitch! How could you let this happen in your own goddamn ring?
Fighting fire with fire. Joe pushed it this far. That was the only thing that would end
this massacre, the only thing that would end this 18 months of hell, Shirley has finally been silent.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners by submission, Team IWC!
Dennis Gregory, coalition of the willing wins, which means Gregory retains the IWC title. Sterling, James Keenan, Chris Hamrick, CJ Sensation, who's still assaulting Dark, Troy Lords, and Dennis Gregory stand tall, finally vanquishing the thorn in the company's side. My God. Finally, a win, a decisive win for Team IWC. And Hamrick taunting Abyss. Gregory, Dennis Gregory, still IWC champion, overseas trip or no overseas trip. He's the man at Team IWC at long last. Finally, the dominant faction, Farnsworth. Farnsworth?
This had nothing to do with wrestling. I can stab you in the goddamn head and you'll quit. All you've done is delay the inevitable.
Well, I don't know about that. Dennis Gregory celebrates IWC champion as Team IWC. Finally, silences the Unholy Alliance. 18 months come to a head. WarGames signals the end of the Unholy Alliance. And listen to this chant.
Congratulations, Denny Gregory. You keep your belt, but you stoop so low to retain it. Some champion.
Gregory, the dominant man in IWC. IWC, the dominant faction in this promotion. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of history. No excuses, too, for Mr. Farnsworth. I'm Joe Dombrowski. We'll see you on future IWC DVD releases. Team IWC is dominant. The war is over. Mission accomplished.
Ladies and gentlemen, still IWC champion, Dennis Gregory!
And